Hello everyone, Lytro Storm here, and today we're back to finish up What If Hercule Was a Saiyan. This will be the last part, so make sure you've checked out the other 7 parts previously. They'll be linked in both the description and comment section. But with that being said, let's go ahead and finish up this series. After the universes enter the world of Void, the Tournament of Power begins. Only Goku, 17, and Vegeta go off on their own this time, as Hercule and Videl decide to stick to the team plan made by Gohan. Because of this, when the Universe 7 circle gets attacked, they're able to easily defend themselves from the aggressors. The 7 quickly eliminate Lavender, Botamo, Shosa, Dakori, and Comfrey all at once. Our team is just much more united and puts in a lot more work this time, which leads to a much swifter defeat of Universe 9 by Goku and Vegeta. Hercule would end up taking on some of the guys that Frieza fought canonically, but he wouldn't toy around with them nearly as much, and he would instead try to take them out whilst also expending as little energy as possible. Due to Android 18 not being there and Shosa being eliminated prior, that fight wouldn't happen, but instead we'd see Videl taking on Majora earlier in place of 18. She's able to take them on and actually eliminate them with relative ease using the ultimate form. She then goes back to base and is attacked from behind, but Krillin yells for her to look out, so she barely avoids the attack. Videl turns around to see Frost standing there and kind of ticked that his attack didn't land. Krillin arrives at Videl's side and tells her to go off so he can handle this. She agrees, trusting Krillin to win this 1v1. Frost and Krillin battle it out, with them being at a relative level to some extent. Krillin in the Tournament of Power is stronger than base Goku, while Frost is a bit weaker than base Frieza. Base Frieza is slightly weaker than base Goku, since his golden form is a bigger boost than Super Saiyan Blue, yet they end up even in those forms in their fight. So Krillin would have a pretty solid advantage over Frost, but it's not unwinnable for him. Krillin wins all of the clashes that they have and lands even more hits as well. Not to mention, he also has the advantage of skill, since Frost isn't as good of a fighter and mostly relies on his slick tactics. So I think Frost would recognize that his plan failed, and he'd escape using some smoke like he does against 18 in canon. But Krillin is proud of himself for saving Videl and beating Frost, even if he got away. Vegeta has an easier time fighting Magetta without Botamo there, so he'd also eliminate him. Or at least he would if Kaba didn't intervene, causing the two to fight for fun using Super Saiyan. Goku battles Kale and Caulifla the same way he does in canon, with Jiren ending Kale's rampage at the end. Goku, Hercule, and 17 fight off the Pride Troopers, with Kale and Caulifla also doing the same. The fight against the Kamikaze Fireballs would also remain unchanged, though you might see Krillin help out a little. Master Roshi's battle against Universe 4 would still happen, and the same goes for the fight with Hermila. Tenshinhan still sacrifices himself to take him down, and everyone moves on. When Roshi is attacked by Frost, Krillin would come in and try to save his master and settle the score with Frost. They have their rematch, with Krillin once again pulling the W, but Frost calls in Automagetta, who beats Krillin up pretty badly. He is unable to defend himself from the Metal Man's attacks, allowing Frost to take his revenge and try to eliminate Roshi. But luckily, Vegeta catches the blast Frost fires and proceeds to hit him in the gut, leaving Frost staggered. He then goes Super Saiyan and charges in at Magetta and has a battle with him. This gives Krillin the opening to fight Frost, although he is now a bit weaker due to the beating Magetta gave him. But luckily, Roshi is there to use the Mafuba on Frost while he's distracted from fighting Krillin. He uses the move and Krillin knocks Frost into it, causing him to be stuck in the jar. Vegeta then returns, having defeated Automagetta, and tells the two Turtle School members that they did well. However, Roshi's time in this tournament is up, taking those beatings and using the Mafuba. The old master agrees, so he gives his remaining energy to Krillin before jumping off the ring with the Mafuba jar, also eliminating Frost. Krillin takes some time to recover from this battle while Vegeta moves on to the next opponent. Gohan is able to take down Jamise with no tricks like when Frieza was there in canon. Goku proceeds to have his battle with Jiren like he did in the show, with Goku also unlocking Ultra Instinct as well. He runs out of energy after a while, so Hit steps in to fight Jiren instead, but fails and gets eliminated. At some point, Krillin aids Vegeta in the fight against the Kamikaze Fireballs, and the two are able to fare much better working together. Hercule finds Goku in a crater and gives him some energy to keep him going. Kale and Caulifla approach them to fight Goku, but Hercule is running defense for him while he recovers. But what he doesn't expect is for Kaba to show up as well. He hadn't been taken out by Frieza since he's not in this tournament, so Kaba is going to help Kale and Caulifla out. Caulifla and Kaba attack Hercule in Super Saiyan 2, but he is able to fend them off in his base form. Caulifla begins adapting to the Saiyan, with Kaba doing the same, though probably to a somewhat lesser extent since we just see him do it less. After seeing Hercule go Super Saiyan 2, Kale decides to join in taking him down, since he's standing in the way of her defeating Goku. She learns how to control the Berserk form, making her even stronger than before. Due to this, Hercule is starting to get overpowered by the three as they rapidly increase in strength. Goku notices this and jumps in, using Super Saiyan 2 to help his ally. The two working together together are able to hold up much better than the 3 Universe 6 Saiyans. But this fight does become pretty difficult for Hercule and Goku to maintain using only Super Saiyan 2. Because Kaba is the weakest of the 3, Hercule targets him to make it a 2v2 so that he and Goku have a better chance at ending this fight. Kale and Caulifla try to aid Kaba before he's eliminated, but Goku intercepts them with Super Saiyan God, cutting them off and saucing on them like he did in the show. This gives Hercule the ample opportunity to take Kaba out of the arena using his slightly superior power as well as his skill. This, along with Goku using his Super Saiyan God form, makes Kale and Caulifla realize they're outmatched. With this realization, they use their last resort, the Patara earrings. The two put them on each ear and become Kefla, ready to fight both Saiyans while Kaba cheers them on in the stands. Seeing that, Hercule also goes Super Saiyan God, and the two try their best to stack up against the base power of this new fusion. They can hold their own for some time, but Kefla's power growth is insane, forcing them to use Super Saiyan Blue. This prompts her to transform as well, only leading to a worse beatdown of the two Saiyans. Luckily for Goku, he has the Kaioken, which he uses to even the odds against Kefla, but Hercule is just no match for the two, who continues to grow. He's also growing as well, but he just cannot keep up with them due to his lower form, and this is made even more clear when Goku taps into Ultra Instinct Omen once again and defeats Kefla alone. All this occurs while Hercule is on the ground, reduced to just watching. Once again, Hercule makes sure that Goku is okay after his body taps out and tries to help him to his feet. While that fight was going on, another 2v2 is taking place, this being Gohan and Piccolo versus Saunel and Purina. This fight plays out slightly differently than it did in the canon show. This is due to the fact that Gohan is stronger in base, so he'll actually be able to beat up Saunel and Purina before it evolves. However, the two Namekians get the same resolve amp from the anime, putting Piccolo on the defense and forcing Gohan to use Super Saiyan 2. From here, the fight goes about the same as it did in canon, with Videl possibly jumping in at the end to help with her ultimate form. Either way, Saunel and Purina are taken out during this conflict, and Universe 6 is along with them. After this, Android 17 comes to the aid of Goku and Hercule to fight against Zerloin, Zarbuto, and Rabenra from Universe 2. The two have an easier time eliminating them from here, since Hercule is replacing Android 18. From here, Universe 7 fights all the remaining warriors from Universe 4, who all just have unique abilities like invisibility, illusions, or just being really small like Damon. Piccolo is still taken out during the struggle, but with the help of Krillin, Hercule, and Videl, Universe 4 would lose their last members, resulting in their elimination. Universe 7's team then goes head-to-head with the robots from Universe 3, again having a much easier time due to the added members of the team. Videl helping Gohan when some of the robots fuse together is very substantial and leads to a quicker victory. However, Paparoni is still able to summon Aniraza to cut their team down to size. The giant quickly dispatches Krillin, and the rest of our team bands together to take down this beast.
Goku, Vegeta, and Hercule all use Super Saiyan Blue, Gohan uses Super Saiyan 2, Videl uses Ultimate, and 17 reveals more of his power. With these 6 blue tier fighters working together, Aniraza is quickly taken down, leaving only Universe 7 and 11. Our 6 fighters then split into 3 groups of 2 to fight the Pride Troopers. Goku and Vegeta go after Jiren, Hercule and 17 fight Topo, while Videl and Gohan take on Dispo. We'll start off with the ladder battle, as that's the one that ends first. Since Gohan and Videl are about as strong as the canon Gohan and Frieza here, and have vastly superior teamwork, the couple can overwhelm Dispo. But I do think that Gohan would likely still have to make his sacrifice in order for Videl to win. So after being forced to eliminate her husband to take out Dispo, she goes to aid her father and Android 17 against Topo. With all 3 of these powerful foes going at him, Topo will become slowly overwhelmed as they grow in power. This forces him into using his Akaishin power, allowing him to obliterate all 3 with ease. This causes the elimination of Videl, which sets Hercule off. He realizes once again just how helpless he's become, just like in the battle against Kefla. Hercule gets some kind of rage boost as he's beaten down, managing to catch Topo off guard and lay some damage onto him, but it does not really amount to much, and Vegeta has to come save him using Blue Evolution, which he would have unlocked against Jiren. Hercule lays on the ground, battered, while 17 goes off to help Goku fight Jiren. Meanwhile, Vegeta uses the final explosion to take both himself and Topo out, but he survives, leaving only Topo eliminated. Now Vegeta goes to aid 17 and Goku in fighting Jiren, only to be beaten over time, and 17 decides to use his self-destruction to save Goku and Vegeta. And yet again, left on the sideline to recover energy is Hercule, seeing 17 die right before him, and he's not able to help. He realizes that if Jiren doesn't get stopped soon, everyone and everything he loves is going to be erased. So when Vegeta steps up with barely any energy to fight Jiren, Hercule jumps in and off guards the Pride Trooper. Hercule uses Super Saiyan God, telling Vegeta to stand back and recover energy. This Saiyan respects Hercule's wishes, and Hercule 1v1s Jiren with his newfound power. But we're all aware how this will go, so let me just keep it brief. Hercule is unable to make any progress in wearing down Jiren, and he gets hit so hard that he repeatedly powers down down into his lower forms. Vegeta notices this and refuses to sit back any longer, using Super Saiyan to help Hercule stay in the ring. However, 2 mere Super Saiyans are not enough to challenge Jiren at all, and both are knocked to the ground. Jiren eliminates Vegeta, who used the last of his energy to power Goku. Goku then rises from the dirt, powering up into Super Saiyan Blue to take Jiren on once again. This fight happens as it does in canon, with Goku eventually tapping into Ultra Instinct Omen once more, before finally completing the form and unlocking the silver-haired variant. Using this power, he pushes Jiren past his limits, and both give out after a long, drawn-out battle. However, Jiren's still standing, with not much power left in him compared to before. Android 17 then rises from the Rebel to help Hercule make one final stand against Jiren as the timer ticks down. The two are capable of pushing Jiren's will to the brink by working together, and when they finally manage to bring Jiren to his knees, Hercule rejoices in victory, not out of pure arrogance like Frieza did, but just like, yo, we finally did it, we won, we're gonna save our universe. He's very proud of himself and relieved at this dub, which is a realistic thing for Hercule's character. This gives Toppo enough time to speak to Jiren, restoring his willpower, which Hercule begins to notice and quickly tries to stop, but he's just barely too late, and Jiren gets his fighting spirit back, easily bodying both Hercule and 17 together. Hercule realizes his mistake, but he's got no choice but to fight back now. Thankfully, Goku arrives to save them and help win the fight. It ends with Goku and Hercule taking Jiren off of the ring together, along with themselves, in order to win the tournament. Android 17 is then left as the final warrior, so he makes the wish to restore all the other universes. And so, peace resumes. That is, until Berry Blue shows up on Earth with Broly in order to take the Dragon Balls. But that fails, as she is unable to kill Paragus, which means Broly is burned out of power before he goes Super Saiyan. Berry Blue and her forces are forced to retreat from the planet, Chilai, Lemo, and Broly being left behind. Paragus is basically given the option to either leave his plans for revenge in the past, or be killed, and I think he'd make the smart decision. Vegeta and Goku were nice enough to spare Broly, and give them a second chance at life on Earth, so they're not as bad as King Vegeta was. Goku seeks for Broly to gain more strength, so he takes him over to Hercule's dojo, where he becomes his top student.
And that is where we will be leaving What If Hercule Was a Saiyan for now. As I state in all my videos, I don't really cover the Dragon Ball Super manga, as it's in a different continuity from the anime. And Dragon Ball Super Superhero takes place after a time skip, and we don't know how the anime's return will fit into the timeline. So I'm gonna be safe and avoid covering it until we get more clear stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this series and look forward to the next video on this channel, and thanks to Danchi a lot for helping me out with some of these videos. But as always, tell me if you like this series, comment your requests for future videos, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, have a great day.